Hello everyone. Yeah, you ready? Yeah. So I just want to thank you all for coming to celebrate the marriage of my mum and Mike. Sorry. Being my mother's daughter, I was given the honour of a speech, so I thought I'd take this chance to tell you both how much I appreciate you. First, I'd like to thank you, Mum, for everything you've done for me. You had me and Seb at a young age, Seb at 18 and me at 20. But that didn't stop you. With 2 children, you went to college, you got a degree and a stable job. Mum, you're my role model and I'm so proud of you. Now, you've got 2 adult children, a toddler, and you've almost finished your masters. One of my favourite memories with you is when me and Seb were much younger. We'd just got a new laptop and we were all sat in the living room recording ourselves singing Get Lucky by Daft Punk, and we were a family, just the 3 of us. But now, there's 7 of us, and I couldn't be happier about that. Mike, I'm sure I can speak for Seb on this one, saying we thank and appreciate you for everything you've done for us. We both have the greatest respect for you. I don't think I'd be where I am today if it wasn't for you. And Mum, of course. A moment that you really looked out for me was the welly incident. I want you to know that I really appreciated that. You came into our lives when me and Seb were pretty much adults, so obviously we never picked up on calling you Dad. But you are our father. You treat us like your own. And you will always be a parent to us. I also want to thank you both for giving me a little sister, Phoebe, whom I love very much. I remember the day me and Seb found out you were having a baby. I won't explain what happened, but I'm sure you can remember. I also remember finding out that you were having a girl. You both allowed me to be the first to find out because me and Catherine were going to get the balloon. My initial reaction was, I can't wait to tell Gran. Mike said he knew straight away after that, but he wasn't annoyed at me. Sorry.
Good, get off.
I'm so happy your day has finally come after years of planning and rescheduling due to COVID. I'm so happy to see you shine so bright, Mum. And Mike, that's all because of what you do for her. You both really bring out the best in each other. And there's never a dull moment in the Wells house. Now let's raise our glasses for the bride and groom, Mr. and Mrs. Wells.
Well done. Right, are you ready now?
Most lovely.
Sandy. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the best man, Andy. Sort of name out.
It won't be as good as you're thinking. Well, it's taken 2 or 3 years to finally get here. 1 failed stag do later. Me and Mike have known each other since nursery.
In the womb.
Yeah, well, as Julie and my mum would say, since was bumps. Because they were sat next to each other in nursery. But I think we've aged physically, but mentally, we haven't aged at all. I can still rely on Mike to giggle every time a ketchup bottle farts. Anytime someone says boobs. Yeah. But, yeah. Honestly, can't remember a day without Mike. As weird as it sounds. See, I thought you would have been the one ruined it. No, there's me and Mike used to live together. It was probably the funnest, weirdest year of my life. Falling asleep on the settee, waking up to Mike every morning in his boxers, ironing his shirt, singing Motorhead songs in the style of James Blunt. There was a lot of pelvic thrusting as well. There was the Christmas man meal. That was a good tradition. Yep, me and Jacko peeling roast potatoes with a cordless drill. The Christmas man meal involved in killer darts, lots of shots, normally me throwing up about 6 o'clock, more shots. Then we'd decide to cook a Christmas meal, then more shots, and then we'd go out. And I honestly can't remember a single night every time we did it. And then Vicky came along. That tradition went out the window. But I can honestly say I never thought Mike could find a woman who could match his level of maturity. He'd managed to meet a woman who had never watched a single episode of South Park, a single episode of Friends. We found the boundaries with Beavis and Butthead. But to be fair to her, she sat through and watched every single episode of South Park, every single episode of Friends. She even went to the Friends Festival. They did the Geller routine, which I'm expecting later. And then Phoebe came along. I actually remember the day Phoebe was born, because Mike rang me about 10 minutes after she was born. And she was, well, Mike was happy, Phoebe was healthy, Vicky was healthy, everything was good. And then after that, he rang me when the puppies were being born. He rang me in between the first one and the second one. I could hear Vicky screaming in the background saying, "Get off the phone, another one's coming." Well, like I said, I'm crap at speeches. So I want everyone to raise a glass to the new Mr. and Mrs. Wells.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Mike. Come. Always look.
Hello. I was just going to completely wing it, and then I heard that people were actually trying to think of speeches. So I started writing one down, and then days and days and days of rewriting and writing. I've got it. I'm probably just going to wing it anyway. So I've got stuff, and I'm just going to probably miss most of it. Like I've already said something completely different to the start. And I'm just going to go from there. So I am sorry. There's a lot of people here, so it might take a while. Never mind. Before I go on to the story about how Vicky sexually assaulted me one night, apparently I'm supposed to give everybody thanks for coming. I'll start with the venue. Thank you very much, Liz and Dave and everybody. The venue's amazing. The best thing about all the delays has been that every single time we came, there was a new cottage. So there was more stuff every time we came. It's amazing. Thank you very much. Thank you, photographers, videographers, caterers, everybody that's helped out. It's amazing. Thank you so much. I'll go on to the bridesmaids because I know women are impatient. Bridesmaids. Bridesmaids, you look lovely. Catherine, thanks for trying. I'm only joking. I picked her because she can take it. God, it gets worse. Thanks, Savannah, Julie, Caroline, everybody in the parts in organising Vicky's hen do. I won't mention passports. I'm sorry, I think clearly the groomsmen have outshone though with my selection of amazingly beautiful white suits. We are the best dressed ice cream men you will ever meet. Thank you to all people that have travelled from far and wide. We've had people come from as far as Germany, Bournemouth, Bradford, and East Hull. I'm blessed and cursed with having such a large family. We couldn't fit everybody in. It's Grandma's fault. She had like 7,000 kids, and they had 10,000 kids. And she makes it look easy at 903. So it's a shame she can't be here today, but thinking of you today, Grandma. Thank you for passing that on. I've got lots of thank me uncles and aunties and cousins that have made it. My mum's side of the family is much easier to accommodate and much smaller, so thank you for coming. Vicky's always been really jealous of how big my family is. So she went on the internet and found some more. Thanks for coming. By the way, the balloon arcs and everything, they came down early and got all those done, so thank you very much for that. It's amazing. Thank you so much. I'd like to thank Vicky's mum, Leslie, my new mother-in-law, for dragging her up. I can't imagine she was easy to deal with. And I won't lie, I didn't understand a word you were saying for the first 6 months. I don't do Scottish. Okay, in the new. I still don't know what that means. You've always been nothing but kind and accepting, loving towards me, and that can't be easy. So thank you very much. I'm really grateful to have you as a mother-in-law, and all of Vicky's sisters, aunties, uncles, and everyone that's come. Really appreciate everybody for being here. And being the people that have helped her grow up to be the person she is, and really, this is your fault. She probably could have done better. To all mine and Vicky's past work colleagues from St Richard's who have come out in your numbers, thank you so much. We do miss you. You mean a lot to us, but I'm not going back to teaching. I'm sorry. I'm done. And my now former work colleagues who have got me through the last 5 years at Francis Askew, thank you. It'd have been 2 years if it weren't for you. But if you'd have tried harder, I might have stayed. And now I haven't got a job. On that note, there's any gifts and money and donations you want to give, it's over there. Yeah, mainly donations. Yeah. Thanks to all my friends who have come from different parts of my lives. I'm lucky to have friends from nursery, which means something different to Cal. That wasn't even written down. I'm sorry. You've always been there for me when I've needed somebody to call me fat, balding, or ginger. So, thanks for that. Yeah, and this kid's so stay away from Cal. It's too easy. Thanks to all the lads that came on the stag do as well. I won't go into it too much detail because of Andy. And I never want to see this again. I didn't realise we had so many celebrity lookalike friends. Captain Jack Sparrow, Lieutenant Dan, Bill Goldberg, Millhouse, a Yeti, and most importantly, Alan from The Hangover. Alan! To my brothers, Lee, John, Phil, thanks for making my childhood a disaster. You're the reason I flinch every time somebody moves near me without me knowing. I'm really glad that Lee managed to find a shirt that fits and didn't have to rip the sleeves off this one. His Giacomo order came just in time, just as Phil's Crazy Pills did, but John's Just for Men did not make it in time. To Catherine, my sister, who has more balls than my brothers combined. See, I was going to be nice. Thanks. Yeah. It's not. Yes. Thanks for becoming less annoying as you grew up. I actually prefer your company more than the rest of them, which again isn't hard. No, it's true. You can see. But as a 5, we annoy the piss out of each other, but I don't know another set of siblings that would have each other's back as much as ours. So thanks very much for being there for me, and yeah, brilliant. Love you. A huge thank you to my mum, who I've got nothing bad to say about. Not because I'm scared of her, but because genuinely you are the nicest person in the world, and I love you. I wouldn't be the person I am today if it weren't for you. And the amount of things you do to help me and Vicky and this one. It's not your turn yet. Go over there. You've always been there when I've needed you, when I've needed a shoulder to cry on, when I've needed a cheerleader and a bank account. So, thank you so much more. I love you. I wish our dads could be with us today. Mine and Vicky's dad are no longer with us. Vicky never had the chance to meet my dad, and I know for a fact they'd love you, and Seb, and Sav, and Phoebe. And I always wish I had the chance to meet your dad, and I've heard so many stories about him. I know I'd have got along with him brilliantly, mainly because he was in the pub doing DJing, which sounds great to me. I'm sure they're both together now, watching down on us and smiling, and we love you, and you're always in our thoughts. To Andy, my best man. Be honest, how much of your speech did Julie write? How much of your speech did Julie write for you?
Absolutely all of it.
Excellent. I did used to like you before the stag do. Yeah. I've helped screw enough people over on stag do's to know that was coming. Calm as a bitch. I'm not going to show you again. Let's just say that. Somebody sort their kids out. Wash it for us later. Yeah. The handprint took about a week to go, as did the belt marks. But I would rather wear it again any day of the week than that crap Rover shirt he made me on the whole stag do. All the black and whites. Andy, you've been my best friend for as long as I can remember. And as you've just said, we all can always be around to just laugh about absolute bollocks. And I couldn't want anything else more in a friend than somebody who I do not need to take seriously or does not take me seriously at all, because it's just so easy. For that, I've actually got him a couple of gifts. Just a couple. First of all, for somebody that has ears the size of satellite dishes, I can imagine you get a lot of unwanted interference. So I got you these lovely pink personalised ear defenders to block out any unwanted noises at work and at home. It's my wedding day, Julie. I can say what I like. And this was coincidental because Andy injured himself during the week, which actually is not surprising in the slightest. So I might give this to Julie, actually. She'll need it more than me. I got him his own personalised first aid kit. So you can have that one, Julie. Although he's a designated first aider, apparently. God bless your sight, mates. To our children, Seb, Sav, Phoebe. Seb and Sav, I remember when you were this big. Sav, thanks for your lovely speech. Thanks for having the confidence to stand up in front of everyone when I know you was absolutely dreading it. I'm so proud of the person that you've become. Now you've accepted me, and I won't lie, we were worried. But you've grown into, and you've grown into such an amazing young woman. And thank you for being a great big sis to Phoebe, who is gone.
She's with the boyfriend.
Not till she's 21. And thanks for accepting me into your life and giving me time and respect. I love you, and you'll always be my first daughter. Seb, I'll never forget the first day I met you. Most people I've spoken to know the story. I'll break it down into a bit PG. Let's just say after an awkward altercation, after someone wanted to visit us at his door in the early hours of the morning, I met Seb in his kitchen whilst wearing his mum's lovely pink dressing gown. And 5 minutes into him talking to his mum about what happened, I just sort of went, "Oh, Mike, by the way." And he laughed and shook my hand, and since then we've never had any issues or altercations, which is good because I think he knows deep down I could knock him out. But please don't hurt me. Seb, I love you too. I'm proud to call you my son. Thank you. Phoebe, my angel who's disappeared into the night, my princess, the show stealer, the best thing I ever made, all by myself, no help whatsoever. I thought the day you were born was the day I was going to grow up, and then realised that kids' toys were so much more fun. I love you too, where you've just disappeared to, but just behave. And now to my lovely bride, Victoria Falula Wells. It's not a middle name, but I think she needs one. Depot, just saying. Our story started at St. Richard's Primary School many, many years ago. I remember the first day I met you. I was disappointed. Not because of anything that you did, but because I remember having a conversation with Anna Mooney before I'd met you about who our TA would be that year. And I already met Gary, and I thought 2 guys in the same classroom would be miles better. And then Gary turned out to be a bit of a psycho. So, he was. The only person I knew that got angrier when there was counting to calm people down. I didn't make the same mistake next year, and that's how you became my TA, because we'd sorted that out for the year after.
We did, yeah.
And now most people have heard the tales how I took taking your work home more seriously than was supposed to be intended. I could tell you a tale about how we saw each other across the dance floor in Piper Club while we were celebrating my 30th birthday. How our eyes locked. How we approached each other, danced close, and then had our first kiss. And its fireworks went off in our mind. But the truth is that neither of us have any idea what happened that night, because we was absolutely blind drunk. The photographs we got sent afterwards confirm, I think, that she was more in control than I was, and I was taken advantage of. She was feeling confident. When we came home, she met my housemate Terry.
Where's Terry?
And that didn't put her off enough. She tried to have a boxing match with him, and even though Terry had just broken his leg in about 15 different places, still managed to knock her on her ass. Terry, if you think about it, this is actually all your fault. Because if you'd stopped being a wimp and actually come out that night, your charming personality might have actually put her off, and you wouldn't have been going around telling everybody that my daughter made you homeless. Sorry, Terry. Anyway, we began seeing each other more often than after that, and I knew she was great when she agreed that the first date was at the arcades. which showed me straight away that she was going to be up for a laugh. I'll always remember that first day that we made it official, when I awkwardly asked you if you'd be my girlfriend, and you said to me, "You're my man." And it's never official until it goes on Facebook, and the replies we got back from the people at work that had absolutely no idea what was going on, apart from the odd one. Vicky, from the moment I convinced you to watch that first episode of South Park, and then you agreed to watch the next 26 seasons back to back, I knew you were the one. You always encouraged me to embrace my stupid ideas. Grow beards long for a year, yeah, why not? Grow my hair long, hide your hairline. Quit my job 3 months before the wedding, who needs money? I've never met anyone that has unashamedly accepted me for who I am more than you. And I've also never met anyone who has the resilience and determination to overcome challenges in our life more than you. Not to mention your loyalty and dedication to being a great mum. I won't want anyone else in my corner when things get hard, because I know when we're together, things will always be all right. You're my soulmate, and I love you forever. And if you could all raise your glasses, I'd like to make a toast to living proof that drinking ridiculous amounts of alcohol sometimes is the solution to life's problems. Cheers.
That was amazing. Yeah.
Firstly, thanks to our nannies and grandmas that have come. I know without you, we wouldn't have any kids to have us, and so really it is your fault. So we've got you some lovely flowers to thank you. So thank you very much, Nanny. And I've got some flowers for Grandma for somebody to take home. Leslie, we've got you something as well. My lovely mother-in-law and my mum, something for you as well. Thank you very much. And Andy's already got his. Great. Thank you very much.